This is the iPad Mini 6, regarded by many as being the best iPad in the entire lineup. And before I get into why I agree with that take, let me give you a quick backstory on this iPad. Originally released back in September of 2021, it was offered in 4 different colorways and came with a price tag of $499. Now there was a lot of hype behind this release as it was the first iPad mini to ditch the home button, and it came with quite a few impressive improvements over its predecessor. But the question is, with rumors floating around for a new batch of iPads to get released sometime this upcoming year, is the iPad Mini 6 still a good investment? In order to figure that out, let's take a closer look. This iPad features an 8.3-inch LED display, P3 color and True Tone technology with a max brightness of 500 nits, and it boasts an impressive 326 pixels per inch. And for reference, what's really cool about that stat is that it's 40 more pixels per inch than any model of the iPad Pro. It also comes equipped with the A15 Bionic, and if you're familiar at all with Apple's chipsets, then you'll know that that's also the same chip that comes in both the iPhone 14 base model and the 13 Pro. So basically what I'm trying to say here is that it has just the right amount of tech to keep professionals and hobbyists alike both engaged and entertained. And as far as tablets go, the camera on the Mini 6 stacks up nicely with its 12 megapixel rear-facing camera capable of 4K video up to 60 frames per second. And while yes, it is true that using the camera on your iPad over your phone is rare, I will say that it has come in handy from time to time when my phone just wasn't around and I needed to grab a quick photo. Now in my opinion, when it comes to tablets, size truly matters. If it's too large, I might as well pull out my MacBook. And if it's too small, well then I've got my phone for that. But the Mini 6 is kinda right in that sweet spot. With dimensions of roughly 7.5 by 5.5 inches, this little guy is designed for ultimate portability. Whether you're a student on the move, a professional on the go, or someone who just really values convenience, the smaller form factor of the Mini 6 is a match made in heaven. Outside of my smart home display, I've exclusively been using the iPad Mini for the better part of this past year on a daily basis. Whether it's responding to emails, watching some of my favorite YouTubers, or using, the compatible Apple Pencil 2 to do some drawing, the iPad Mini 6 seamlessly integrates into my daily routine. Since I've upgraded to the iPhone 15 Pro, portability and organization, at least I believe, has also made a step in the right direction for the Mini. Just for the simple fact that now, between all of my devices, I can use a single USB-C cable and clear out a little clutter. The seamless integration across my ecosystem of Apple devices has been a game changer. Overall, the compact size of this device has genuinely made it my go-to companion over the last several months. Really just because of how versatile it is. But what truly stands out is the value that it brings to the table. In a world of technology with so many different options to choose from, finding a device that balances both performance and affordability can be a real challenge. And when trying to determine what this iPad Mini is worth, we have to consider the following. Number 1, value is relative. So what kind of value do you, the user, put on things that you wish to accomplish with it? And then 2, its actual relative value, by trying to determine its worth by comparing it to the value of similar devices. Currently, the price tag for the Mini 6 is still that same price it was at launch for $499 through Apple. But it is only $399 right now on Amazon. And when you start to compare it to the other iPads that are kinda in that similar price range, like the 9th and 10th generation, you notice that for the most part, it has just as good or better specs than the other two. I mean, it has the better processor, it has the better camera, and really the only drawback is that it doesn't support the Magic Keyboard. Now in terms of the specs of this device, the portability, and the value that you get when you purchase the iPad Mini 6, in my opinion, it's the overall best iPad in the entire lineup. Now there is supposedly an event coming in Q1 of 2024 with rumors of some new iPads coming to market. but not much details have come to light yet on what kind of pricing they're going to have or featured with what specs, but it is something to consider before making a decision. Even if a new iPad mini is announced, not only should it significantly drop the price of the Mini 6, it would have to have quite a few enhancements for me to consider upgrading. And some of those things, well, they're probably not likely. For example, if I were building my very own iPad mini and making it realistic to where it stands in terms of price point, I would like to, maybe see the A15 swapped out for an M series chip, or the front-facing camera get updated to support 4K video recording for some of those FaceTime calls, or maybe even slightly smaller bezels. And that is kind of a lot to ask for a single upgrade, but with that event being right around the corner, we'll have to see what happens. Until then, the iPad mini 6 still reigns supreme. I appreciate you guys sticking around to the end, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Also, if you have plans on picking up the Mini 6 for yourself, consider supporting the channel by using one of the affiliate links in the description. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.